to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
The Warriors just pulled off one of the most remarkable victories of the season. On a night of pure resilience, the team turned a tough game around against the Western Conference leader, the Oklahoma City Thunder, winning 116-109. This feat becomes even more impressive when we remember that Draymond Green and Jonathan Kuminga were absent due to injuries. But this epic victory hides an uncomfortable truth. How far can this roster go without more firepower to support Stephen Curry? General Manager Mike Dunleavy might be facing a crucial decision. If the Warriors still believe they can compete for a title while keeping an eye on the future, one name could be the perfect piece for this transition: Bennedict Mathurin from the Indiana Pacers. What makes Mathurin so coveted? The media has already revealed that several teams are eyeing the young Indiana star, and the Warriors could be among them. At 22 years old, Mathurin already stands out as a natural scorer, averaging 16.4 points and 5.9 rebounds per game, with an impressive 58.2% true shooting percentage. Additionally, his defense has been improving, making him an increasingly complete player. If Golden State really wants to make this move, the trade could involve center Kevin Looney and a promising young player like Moses Moody, along with possible draft picks. Indiana, on the other hand, is struggling with injuries in its frontcourt rotation and might see Looney as a valuable addition for the playoffs. Could Mathurin be the new Jordan Poole for the Warriors? The fit is tempting. In a team that urgently needs another offensive weapon alongside Curry, Mathurin could play a similar role to Jordan Poole in 2022, when his offensive explosion was crucial to the championship. With his ability to create his own shots and score in clutch moments, he could ease Curry's burden and help keep the team competitive in the present while also preparing for the future. What would this trade mean for the present and future of the Warriors? If the Warriors actually pursue Bennedict Mathurin, it would signal a significant shift in the franchise's strategy. The team has been fluctuating between competing now and developing young talent for the future. With Stephen Curry still playing at a high level but lacking a reliable offensive co-star, the need for a young, explosive scorer has never been more evident. Mathurin's arrival would bring immediate energy to a team that has struggled with scoring depth, especially when Curry is off the floor. The Warriors need someone who can take on offensive responsibility without relying too much on the ball movement system. Mathurin has that trait, and as we've seen in his time with the Pacers, he can create plays from nothing and attack defenses aggressively. Moreover, this trade wouldn't just be about the present, but also about the future of the franchise. The Warriors are clearly searching for a new identity post-dynasty, and securing a young talent like Mathurin could accelerate that process. He would join a core of players like Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, and Tracy Jackson-Davis, forming the foundation for a new competitive cycle once the era of Curry, Green, and Thompson, if he returns in the future, comes to an end. What would the Warriors have to give up? If there's one thing we know about NBA trades, it's that nothing comes for free. To acquire a promising player like Mathurin, Golden State would have to make sacrifices. The centerpiece of the trade package could be Kevin Looney, a true warrior of the franchise and a key piece in the frontcourt during the team's recent title runs. However, his importance has been diminishing as Tracy Jackson-Davis gains more playing time. Sending Looney to Indiana would make sense, as the Pacers desperately need a reliable center for the playoffs. Beyond Looney, the Warriors might have to include Moses Moody, a young player with great potential who has yet to find a consistent role on the team. Moody has shown flashes of talent, but has never had consistent opportunities to develop. In Indiana, he could get more minutes and the freedom to grow. Another factor to consider is that the Pacers would likely demand draft picks in the deal, as Mathurin was a lottery pick in the 2022 draft, and Indiana won't want to part with him easily. Is Mathurin worth the gamble? The big question for Mike Dunleavy and the Warriors front office is, would this trade truly help Golden State compete now while also preparing for the future? The Warriors need to be careful not to repeat past mistakes, such as the James Wiseman trade, which didn't yield the expected impact. However, Mathurin has already proven his value in the NBA, and unlike Wiseman, he is not a long-term development project. He can contribute immediately. If the Warriors believe they need a young scorer alongside Curry, this trade can make a lot of sense. But what do you think, fans? Do you believe Mathurin would be the perfect piece to bring the Warriors back into title contention? If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay updated on all Warriors news, subscribe to the Warriors News Fan Update channel and turn on notifications. If there's one thing I've learned from following the Golden State Warriors over the years, it's that this franchise always seeks a balance between the present and the future. And honestly, this potential trade for Bennedict Mathurin intrigues me a lot. First, we need to be realistic. The team cannot rely solely on Stephen Curry to carry the offense. We've seen this in recent years. When Curry isn't hot or when he's tightly defended, the Warriors simply don't have a reliable second option to keep the team competitive against the Western Conference powerhouses. What would Mathurin bring? Offensive explosiveness, something we've been missing since Jordan Poole's departure, despite all the issues he had in 2023. Now, looking at the other side of this trade, the idea of sending Kevin Looney away makes me feel conflicted. Looney is a true Warrior, an essential piece for the team during recent playoff runs. He dominates offensive rebounds and always does the dirty work without complaining. However, the reality is that his influence has been decreasing, and Tracy Jackson-Davis has shown that he can take on that role in the future. The bigger question for me is, would Mathurin truly fit into the Warriors system? Because despite being a great scorer, he is not known for his off-ball movement, something that is crucial in Steve Kerr's system. But if he can adapt, I see enormous potential in an offensive trio of Curry, Kuminga, and Mathurin for the coming years. The biggest risk of this trade is that it might not be enough to make the Warriors title contenders right now. Even with Mathurin, I still see teams like Denver, Minnesota, and even Oklahoma City with a more balanced and deeper roster. So if the Warriors make this move, they need to be sure he can be an immediate difference maker, not just another young talent to develop. In the end, I'd be excited if this trade happened, but only if it doesn't cost too much draft capital or key future assets. If Dunleavy can land Mathurin without giving up first-round picks or Kuminga, I think it would be worth trying. Now, I want to hear from you, Warriors News Fan Update fans. Would you like to see Mathurin on the team? Or would you prefer Golden State to keep its pieces and pursue a different strategy? Comment below and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates.